Kerry, Lavrov pin hopes for Syria peace process on chemical weapons talks in Geneva. CBS News. cbsnews.com/cbs evening news /cbs this morning /48 hours /60 minutes /Sunday morning /face the nation. Video. U.S. World. Politics. Entertainment. Health. Money Watch. Sci-tech. Crime. Sports. More blogs. The feed battle round the WH Web Show 60 overtime face-to-face resources mobile radio local. Log in join cbsnews.com sign in with profile. Manage my newsletter subscriptions update my email address change my password log out. Syria crisis explored. Latest / President Assad interview / foreign intervention / chemical weapons / humanitarian crisis. Previous. Next. CBS/AP/ September 13, 2013, 6:05 a.m. Kerry, Lavrov pin hopes for Syria peace process on chemical weapons talks in Geneva. The United Nations Arab League Special Envoy for Syria Lakhdar Brahimi speaks at a press conference with Secretary of State John Kerry and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov in Geneva, Switzerland, September 13, 2013. Getty. Geneva, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry and Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Friday that the prospects for a resumption in the Syria peace process are riding on the outcome of their chemical weapons talks. Kerry, flanked by Lavrov and the U.N. Arab League envoy for Syria Lakhdar Brahimi, told reporters at the UN in Geneva after an hour-long meeting that the chances for a second peace conference in Geneva will obviously depend on the capacity to have success here on the subject of the chemical weapons. President Obama is deeply committed to a negotiated solution with respect to Syria, and we know that Russia is likewise. We are working hard to find common ground to be able to make that happen, said Kerry, who also met privately with Brahimi at a Geneva hotel on Thursday to explore ways to resume international negotiations last held in Geneva in June 2012 aimed at ending the Syrian civil war. Lavrov said it was very unfortunate that for a long time that the Geneva communiqué was basically abandoned. Kerry and Lavrov said they would meet again in New York toward the end of the month to try to fix a date for second conference. The senior diplomats from two of the world's most powerful nations appeared Friday to have smoothed over at least some of the tension of the first day of talks, with Lavrov addressing the news conference in English rather than his native Russian and with both men referring to each other by their first names. We are committed to trying to work together, beginning with this initiative on the chemical weapons, in hopes that those efforts could pay off and bring peace and stability to a war-torn part of the world, said Kerry. Play video. Kerry tells Lavrov Syria talks can't be used as stalling tactic. Syria officially notified the UN on Thursday that it would sign the international treaty banning chemical weapons, and said it would begin submitting information about its stockpiles a month later. But as CBS News correspondent Margaret Brennan reported, it was just information promised by Syria, not the weapons, and that immediately became an issue in Geneva as Kerry opened negotiations with his Russian counterpart over the Russian-brokered peace deal. Kerry said it wasn't enough for Syria to give the world an inventory of their chemical weapons in 30 days, that's a non-starter for the United States. The U.S. said this was a special case about an attack that happened 3 weeks ago, and that there's little reason to trust the Assad regime. The U.S. is looking for concrete signs in Geneva from the Russians and the Syrians that they're going to move quickly to locate and destroy all of the Assad regime's chemical weapons stockpiles. Kerry told Lavrov on Thursday that the U.S. does not want talks to be used as a stalling tactic. Copyright 2013 CBS Interactive Incorporated. All rights reserved. This material may not be published, broadcast, rewritten, or redistributed. The Associated Press contributed to this report. Popular on cbsnews.com. Assad, expect everything if U.S. attacks Syria. Syrian president tells CBS This Morning co-host Charlie Rose retaliation involving chemical weapons could happen. Hindu Harvest Festival celebrated in India. Onam is a Hindu festival celebrated across Kerala, India. The 10-day festival begins with the preparation of the purka lamp, floral arrangements placed on the ground in front of homes and temples. Modern military tech at the London Arms Expo. 18 photos. Gunfight follows bombings at a U.S. Afghan consulate. 3D printed robo-hands made in South Africa. 10 photos. Syria submits data to join chemical weapons ban treaty. U.S.